It's time, guys, for a little sprinkle of magic. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and to another video. I am here with an announcement video for you today. Now, some of you might be aware last year I hosted my very first ever readathon, month-long readathon, which was the middle grade magic readathon, and it went down really well and I had a great time hosting it, and the co-hosts that I got involved to help me out with it, I really appreciated their help on it. But this year, as I have decided to scrap the middle grade magic book club and create the Magical Kingdom book club, I wanted to do this readathon again this year, this month in August. So I am so excited to announce the Magical Kingdom Readathon, and as I've just mentioned, it's going to be running throughout the whole month of August. August is my birthday month, so there's going to be a lot of sprints, there's going to be a lot of fun stuff happening in the month of August because it's my birthday and I am so excited. So I want to share with you, I have some co-hosts that are helping me with this readathon and what the readathon is going to look like. So without further ado, let's get into how the readathon is going to work. So guys, so how the Magical Kingdom Readathon is going to work is, this is going to be a competition based readathon. There's going to be 2 sets of teams and the theme is around Disney, basically, because I'm a massive Disney fan, so I wanted to do a Disney themed readathon. So for this first round of the Magical Kingdom Readathon, we are going to be doing heroes versus villains, and I'm so excited for that. So I have 2 lovely co-hosts that are joining me on this readathon, and for Team Heroes, your team leader will be Barb from Barb's Bookland. I've known Barb such a long time, she's a BookTube bestie of mine and I absolutely adore her to bits. So she will be the team leader for Team Heroes. And on the opposing team of her Team Villains, we have the lovely Amanda from Black Lotus Books. She's actually just started a brand new YouTube channel. She was Amanda from The Endless Unread, but she's now started a brand new channel. So I'll leave both of the guys' YouTube links and social media links down below to go and check them out. Please do so. So we have heroes and villains, and you will be assigned to a team. So I will be creating a sign up forum. So once you sign up for the forum, if you can pop in your email address, I will allocate you to either Team Heroes or Team Villains. This is just to make it fair, so we've got a fair amount of people on each team, so that's how that will work. So each team has a few reading prompts and they are all themed around Disney characters. So for Team Heroes, I've picked out certain Disney heroes and they will have a prompt attached to them, and for Team Villains, the same thing for Team Villains as well. So I'm so excited, and I will be sharing the prompts with you in this video. I will also be doing a recommendation video for each of the prompts as well, so don't worry if you don't know what books to pick out for each of the reading prompts. I will have a recommendation video coming out. I think the guys, Amanda and Barb, might be doing recommendations videos as well, so that will come later on. But I wanted to tell you how the point system will work. There are points in this readathon, so each prompt in your team is worth 50 points. You can double up on your own team prompts, and you will be able to attack the other teams, but you can only do those prompts once. You can't double up on attacking prompts for that. And so 50 points per prompt, and once you have completed your team prompts, you will receive 50 points for completing all of your team prompts. Then once you've done that, you can go back and do your own team prompts again, or you can go over and use the opposing team's prompts only once. You can't double up on those prompts. There are some extra bonus prompts that will be included in this readathon. So you will get an extra 20 points if you wanted to do the extra prompts. So that will be for a book with LGBT plus characters or author, a POC character or author, a middle grade book, and a graphic novel / manga. So those are the extra prompts. And because I am the creator of this readathon, I am not assigning myself to any team. So I am my own kind of, so I can kind of do my own thing. So what I've decided to do is, so when I log my books, I will do a spinner wheel and I will have heroes and villains. I'll do a spinner wheel, and whatever team it lands on, I will give my readathon points to that team. So that's how that will work. I think that will be quite fun for me to do. But I am essentially the fairy godmother of this readathon, and the fairy godmother will have some wishes to grant. So there will be some extra bonus prompts that I will be drip feeding throughout the month, and you will get an extra 100 points for your team. So that is really, really exciting. So without further ado, I'm going to go through each team and talk you through the prompts and the characters for each prompts and how all that is going to work. But I'm really, really excited. Okay guys, so I'm going to start off with the prompts for Team Heroes, and I have made a graphic for each team, and I really do hope that you like the graphics. I had a lot of fun making them. So each team has 9 reading prompts, roughly 9 reading prompts, and as you can see I have assigned a different Disney character and a prompt. So I have my phone here, so I will go through each of the prompts and the characters. So to kick off for Team Heroes, as I've mentioned, Barb will be your team leader. For Team Heroes, your first prompt is for Mulan. I love Mulan, it's definitely one of my favourite Disney movies. And Mulan, you have to read a book that has a dragon on the cover. So any book that has a dragon on the cover, you can count it. You can also make the prompt fit to whatever book that you want. So for a dragon, you can have it on the cover, you can have the dragon actually in the book as part of the story. That will count. I'm not policing the prompts as such. I want to make sure that all books will count for the readathon. So for Mulan, you have to read a book with a dragon on the cover. For prompt number 2, we have Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and she's definitely one of my favourite Disney princesses. I love The Little Mermaid growing up. So for Ariel's prompt, you have to read a book that has a sea setting. So it can be an island setting, it can be set underwater, it can be a beach town, it could be a book set on the coastline. As long as it's got a sea setting, you can count it. You can also bend the prompt to have water on the cover as well. You can count that. As I said, I'm not policing the prompts or anything like that. As long as it counts, as long as it's got some kind of water on the cover or in the book, you can count it. So for that will be for Ariel's prompt. For prompt number 3, we have Hercules, and I would say Hercules is definitely one of the most underrated Disney movies. It's such a good movie. But for Hercules, you have to read a book that has mythology. It doesn't have to be Greek mythology. Any kind of mythology you can count. So you can read Greek mythology, Asian mythology, Korean mythology, fairy tale, folk tale, anything like that. Any kind of mythology, you can count it. So that is for Hercules' prompt. Prompt number 4, we have a recent addition actually to the Disney franchise. We have Asha from the movie Wish. I actually quite liked Wish. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy that movie, but I liked Asha as a character. I thought she was great. And because Wish is all about wishing stars, you have to read a book that has stars on the cover. So any kind of cover design that's got stars on the cover, you can bend it to have star in the title, anything like that. You can count it for that prompt. For prompt number 5, we have Merida from the movie Brave. I love Brave. It's definitely one of my all-time favourite Disney films. It's such a good movie. If you've never watched it, please go and watch it. But Merida is a very strong, independent female character, and I just adore her. She's awesome. So for Merida's prompt, you have to read a book with a strong female character. So any female character that you think is a strong female character, you can count for that prompt. And yeah, I just love Brave. It's such a good movie. For prompt number 6, we have Peter Pan, a classic hero, I would say. So for Peter Pan's prompt, you have to read a book that has a found family. So I would recommend middle grades. Middle grade tend to have a lot of found families, but it doesn't have to be a family. It can be a friendship group or a group of people that come together and become a found family. You can count it for that prompt. Okay, next up for prompt number 7, we have Simba from The Lion King, an absolute classic. The Lion King was always one of my favourite movies growing up. So for Simba's prompt, you have to read a book that has royalty. So you can have a fantasy that has a royal family. It doesn't have to be like the main subplot. They don't have to be the main characters as such. They can be side characters, or you can even bend the prompt to have a royal word in the title. So king, queen, prince, princess, anything like that, duke, anything like royalty kind of vibes, you can count for that prompt. Okay, next up for prompt number 8, we have Belle from Beauty and the Beast. Of course, I had to include Belle. She's my favourite Disney princess. Beauty and the Beast is my all-time favourite Disney movie, so I had to include Belle in the prompts for Teen Heroes. So for Belle's prompt, you have to read a book with an enemies to lovers. Enemies to lovers is one of my favourite romance tropes. So any book that has an enemies to lovers, rivals to lovers, you can bend it to that. I would suggest a lot of contemporary romances have enemies to lovers, but there are some fantasies that have enemies to lovers romance. So I think it's quite a broad range of options that you can pick. But Belle, you have to read a book with enemies to lovers. Okay guys, and finally for Teen Heroes we have Robin Hood. I think Robin Hood is such a fun movie. A prompt that I thought instantly for Robin Hood is to read a book that has a heist. So it doesn't have to be the main plot of the book, it can be the subplot of it, but a book that comes instantly to mind when I think of a heist is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo, A Tempest of Tea by Hafsa Faizal, anything like that that has a heist, you can count for that prompt. So that is all of the prompts for Teen Heroes. So I'm now going to move on to all the prompts for Team Villains. Okay guys, so I'm now going to move on to the team prompts for Team Villains, and I am absolutely obsessed with this graphic that I made. I just think it looks so good. So for Team Villains there are 10 prompts, only because I wanted to try and get as many of the villains on as possible, and I came up with quite a lot of great prompts that I wanted to use for Team Villains. So I'm going to go through each of the prompts for Team Villains. So we are going to kick off with Gaston from Beauty and the Beast, and for Gaston you have to read a large book. So I've specified 400 pages plus. You can count for a large book, so I would suggest something like a high epic fantasy, like Robin Hood, like those kind of like chunky fantasies. I would suggest for a big book. I mean, even contemporary romance, Binding 13 by Chloe Walsh, you could count for that prompt as well. But for Gaston, you need to read a big book. Next up, we have Hades, the god of the underworld from Hercules. I love Hades, he's definitely one of my favourite villains. And for Hades, your prompt for Teen Villains is to read a book that features death or grief. So it doesn't have to be the main plot of the book, it can be a subplot, but as long as there's some kind of elements of death or grief, you can count for that prompt. Prompt number 3, we have Oogie Boogie from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas, it's such a fun movie. And for Oogie Boogie, you have to read a book that features a game. So any kind of book that features a game, I would suggest, let me think, The Inheritance Games by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, Immortal Longings by Chloe Gong, that features like trials, a book with like trials, you can count for that. The Hunger Games, anything like that, you can use for that prompt. For prompt number 4, we have Ursula from The Little Mermaid. Now she's definitely in my top 3 villains. I love Ursula in The Little Mermaid. I think she's awesome. So for Ursula, you have to read a book that has a sea creature on the cover. So I think that's very self-explanatory. Any kind of ocean looking cover that's got a sea creature like fish, like dolphins, sharks, anything like that, you can count for that prompt. Next, we have for prompt number 5, and it's Captain Hook from Peter Pan. Of course, I had to include Captain Hook. And for Captain Hook's prompt, of course, I had to include a prompt where you have to read a book that features pirates. It's very self-explanatory. A pirate book, Amina Al-Sarafi by Sharon Chakraborty comes to mind. Middle grade, Ship of Shadows by Maria Kuznier, that comes to mind. So any kind of book that features pirates. They don't have to be the main characters, as I've said, they can be like sub-characters, but as long as the book features pirates, you can count it for that prompt. Next up, for prompt number 6, I think we're on? Yes, prompt number 6, we have Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. I love Maleficent. I think she's such a great villain, very misunderstood. The live action movies are just as good as well. I absolutely love them. So for Maleficent, you have to pick a book that has either green, purple, or black on the cover. Any kind of book that features those. It doesn't have to be all over, it can be like 50% of the book. You can count it for that prompt. For prompt number 7, we have The Queen of Hearts from Alice in Wonderland. And for this prompt, you have to read a book that has hearts on the cover. So any kind of cover that's got a heart, like design on it, you can count it. You can bend the prompt to have the word heart in the title, anything like that, you can bend it. So as long as it's got some kind of like heart on the cover, you can count it. Next, for prompt number 8, we have Scar from The Lion King. Now, he's definitely my all-time favourite villain. I just think Scar is the best Disney villain, hands down. And so for Scar, you have to read a book that has a betrayal in it. It doesn't have to be the main plot of the book, it can be the subplot, but some kind of betrayal. So, contemporary romance, if their partner has cheated on them, a secret within the family gets revealed, anything like that, you can count it for that prompt. Next up, for prompt number 9, we have Jafar from Aladdin. I love Jafar. I think he's a really, really great villain. And for his prompt, you have to read a book that has a snake on the cover. So one book that comes to mind instantly is Desperate Measures by Katie Robert. That's got a snake on the cover, if you want some Disney smart. But yeah, very self-explanatory. Book has to have a snake on the cover. Last by no means least, prompt number 10, we have Mother Gothel from Tangled. I love Tangled, it's definitely one of my favourite Disney movies. And for her prompt, you have to read a book that features a mother character. They, as I've said, they don't have to be the main character, they can be a side character, but as long as there's a mother figure in the book, you can count it for that prompt. So those are all of the reading prompts for the Magical Kingdom Readathon, and I really hope that you all have a great time with the prompts, and I had a lot of fun picking out the prompts. But I will just go on to some of the rules, FAQs, those kind of things before wrapping up this announcement video. Okay guys, so just a reminder, so each team prompt will be 50 points, and for your own team you can double up on each of your team's reading prompts. Once you've completed your own team reading prompts, you get an extra 50 points, and then if you want to, you can go and attack the opposing team. When you go on to attack the opposing team, you can only do the opposing team's prompts once. You can't double up on those prompts. So you will take away 20 points per attack on the opposing team. So that's how that will work. For the Fairy Godmother prompts that I will be sprinkling throughout the readathon, you will get an extra 100 points, and you can only do those prompts once. So once you complete them, you can't do them again. I think that was all I wanted to say for that. But if you do have any questions, there will be a Discord for the readathon, and I'm sure myself and Barb and Amanda will be able to help you out with any questions that you have. If you wanted to check if a book counts for a certain prompt, please feel free to ask us and let us know. But I think that's everything that I wanted to cover. But I am so excited for this readathon. As I've mentioned, it's going to kick off from August 1st right into throughout the month of August, and I will be aiming to do some reading sprints. I think maybe Amanda might want to do some reading sprints, I'm not sure, but I will come up with a sprint schedule. I'll be able to sprint when I can. I don't think we're going to do any watch longs this time around, just because last time when I did it the first time it did get a little bit much, so I think I'll just keep it for doing some reading sprints. But we'll also have a fun time regardless. We might maybe do just one movie watch long, I'm not sure yet, but I really hope that you will get involved with the readathon, and I will pop all the information in the box down below and the sign up forum as well. And once you sign up for the readathon, I will allocate you to your team, and it's just to make it fair so we've got enough people per team. But thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that you will take part in the Magical Kingdom Readathon, and I'm just so excited. If you liked the video, give me a like and subscribe, I would really appreciate it, and I'll see you all in my next video very, very soon. Bye guys!